Greetings, African people. Today I'm having another relationship conversation because of an article that I read. It said that Jamaican men treat women better than American men. Now, I'm married to a Jamaican man, so I have a lot to say about that. But today I'm going to hold back some of my opinion because I want to hear from you. Now, as far as dating an American man, I've never done that, but I had a very good friend, a Black American. And today we're talking about relationships and trying to determine, you know, which man is better or which man treats women better, Jamaican men versus American Black men. So, from my experience, I had a really good friend who is a Black American, and I met him online because I mistakenly sent an email to his. He had a very close email address to what I was sending that correspondence to, and he received it and he notified me to let me know that he got it by mistake. And that's how we became good friends. Now, it never moved past that to become anything else, but we maintained our friendship for many, many years. I just lost touch with him the last few years. But what I do know about the American Black man that I met, first of all, he was well educated. He worked for FAA, so that'll give you an idea, his background. He's an engineer. And he was previously in the army, said that was his method of trying to pay for his education. For me, that was kind of a turn off because as much as I respect police officers and people in the military to a certain extent, I don't like war. And so for me, when I asked him why he went into the army, he said for a lot of Black American men or women, it's a way of paying for their education. They serve, and then out of that, they get something, that allows them to better themselves. Let's hold that judgment for another time. But anyway, this guy was, in my opinion, a very intelligent person, very articulate person, but very shallow. And if you know me, you will know that I have Tourette and I can only hold my opinion for so long before I tell her the truth. So I remember talking to him about, just general conversation, I should say. And, in a short period of time, I knew what kind of car he drove. I know the size of his house. I know what he had in there. I know all of his art. I knew everything about his house. I could picture his house based on what he told me. And one day I asked him, why do you do that? Why does it matter that you live in a 6-bedroom house and have a 7-bathroom? Or what kind of stone is on your kitchen top? I just didn't understand it. And then he told me that I was different and that he told me all those things because he was trying to impress me, because that's how you get women in the United States. And I thought that was, wow, really? So you got to tell me all you have, how much money you have in the bank, or how much money you make, and where you've traveled, and which 5-star hotel you've stayed in. Wow, it was exhausting. Now I'm reading this article. I'm going to read it for you now. And then I'm going to ask you to engage me in conversation. Topic: Jamaican men treat women better than American men. So it says, in a recent discussion triggered by Serena Williams' engagement to Alexis, the co-owner of Reddit, a young lady commented that, in her opinion, I personally feel Jamaican men treat women better than American men. So we decided to ask around to see if her assertions were true. We asked women who had been in relationship with both American and Jamaican men to tell us which men treated them better. And astonishingly, almost all the women we asked said they were treated better by Jamaican. Here are 2 young women who took the test on American men versus Jamaican men as it pertains to a romantic relationship. So hear what the 2 women said. One woman, Jillian, said, I'm 34 years old and raised in America. I've obviously dated American men in the past. Let's be clear. I am not and cannot say what I'm about to say is for all American men, but for the ones I have dated, it is true. They do not like to work and have no problem looking for a woman to support them. They have children they never see or take care of. Also, they meet a woman, such as me, who, by the way, is well spoken and educated, and rather than going on a date, they think going to their house is appropriate. Jamaican men I have dated have always worked and usually have more than one job. Family is a huge part of their life, and that means their kids. They're always well spoken, keep out of trouble for the most part, and always look for places to go and dates. And yes, while on that date, they pull out chairs, open car doors, and remind me of how charming and lovely I am. Also insist on paying the bill, and the accent is super sexy and just as added, which is just an added bonus. Then Leanne says, I probably don't date American men because I'm not attracted to them. But I have seen how they treat women and calling them itches and O's. I only date Jamaican men because we share the same culture and I'm attracted to them. So this lady is obviously a Jamaican woman. Jamaicans I have been with treat me like a queen, take me out to have a good time, and won't hesitate to work with me as a team. Unlike American men who are lazy and depend on their women to take care of them. And since I have been to America, I have seen this and heard it from American women's mouth and other race of women. And one last thing, Jamaican men will take care of their kids. Maybe not all, but most. I can't say the same thing about American men. That's why there are so many single mothers in America. Well, there's a lot of generalizations here on both sides. So these two women obviously had better relationships with Jamaican men. I want to include the guys in this one too. Who would you prefer dating, a Jamaican woman or a Black American woman? So if you're male, who makes a better mate or a better companion or a better lover for that matter? The Jamaican Black woman or the American Black woman, and why? And it goes, the same question goes for the women. Who would you prefer dating, or who have you had a better experience with, the Jamaican Black man or the American Black man? These things that are said about the Black American men can also be said about Jamaican men as well. I think men on a whole have the potential to do any of these things that are listed here. And so I don't want to take a side. I just want to hear your opinion about who makes a better partner. But from my experience, I have been married to Jamaican men, so past and present. So I know them very well. But from the glimpse I've had of the American guy that I was talking to as a friend, but I'm sure he wanted more, I felt almost sorry for him. That if he lived in a world where he felt that how much you own and what you have in the bank is what determines a good partner, or how you could attract a good partner, that was kind of problematic for me. Very interesting topic. Let me hear from you. Be as general as you want. Speak on your own experience and how those experiences have helped or worked to inform you about who you choose to date in the future. Be blessed, African people. Think on these things.